Smiley J Artist Zone. I'm your host, Smiley J. This is a platform dedicated to all my independent creatives of the world, my musicians, singers, songwriters, poets, all of you folks in the arts world. This is a space for you. And but today I'm gonna be doing something just a little different, I have with me in the Artist Zone one of the hardest working artists, like in the Washington D.C. area. Her name is LaWanda. Yeah, she is a mother, grandmother, sister, girlfriend, and the first lady of the group EU, which is, for those of you outside of the Washington, D.C. area, this is a go-go band. Yes, a go-go band from my hometown of Washington, D.C. They are the legendary artists go-go bands. Yes, and they're internationally known, probably for the song that you guys probably know best, the Butt Ow. Ow, 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 ow. And they're also, pillars of the DC go-go scene. So I want to shout out all of my legendary go-go bands out there in the DC area. Just to know that you are the pillars of the go-go music, and we love and appreciate all of you. Too many to name, so I don't want to get in any trouble. You know who you are. All my legends out there, shout out to you. Yes, yes, yes. And welcome, First Lady of EU. Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I can't complain. I mean, I can, but I'm not. Why? Like, why? Why for?
Right.
Why come? Yes, yes, yes. So listen, I want to talk about you, the lady, the first lady of EU. Because you are the party starter. Yes, you get it going, you get it cracking with all that shaking and tambourine and rapping and just getting the crowd. And I love your energy. Your energy is wonderful. Like, we need that. Like, go-go music is just a whole vibe anyway, right?
Yes,
it's just a whole vibe. You feel it, you feel that beat, you feel it, and it just make you move your feet and groove. You don't need a whole lot of coaching because it's just a vibe.
Yes.
But you, young lady, you bring, you put a little sugar, a little cinnamon on that vibe. Yes.
Yeah,
Where you get all this energy from?
Tell you the truth, I do not know. Honestly, it's like when I get on that stage, I just want people to have the best experience that they can have. They've paid their money, and I just want, again, just to interact with those out in the audience and just give them the best that I can give them. And if I can't do that, then I don't want to be on stage. So that's just it's something that turns on in me. And yeah, a little bit of most of that, though, I will say. Hold up, let me back up.
Okay.
That's God's light.
That's
God's light in me. That's God's light in me, because he empowers me to do what I do on stage. So, yeah.
And I love to see you do what you do. It's so authentic. It's so sincere. And yes, we just hear you make us want to party. The whole band. You guys are a whole vibe. I love to go and see you guys. I've seen you numerous of times, but it's always a different experience. But it's always a party. For sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Now, let me put my glasses on because I do have some questions. Now, I just want to say that October is dedicated to breast cancer awareness as well as domestic violence. Now, because of scheduling, I didn't get a chance to talk to you during that month. But this is a subject that we could talk about anytime we choose because it impacts a lot of people. I'm sure that everyone listening knows someone who has been impacted by one or the other, if not both. So I want to, let me just say this. I'm going to be talking about domestic violence. And in respect to my domestic violence survivors, I do want to give a trigger warning because before we begin, this conversation will address domestic violence, the trauma, and survival. So if you are currently healing from domestic violence and this topic hits very close to you, please honor your emotion, okay? I get it. You can pause, you can leave the room, you can step away, take a breath, and come back whenever you're ready, whenever it feels right. But we are going to be talking about some sensitive things today, and I just wanted to give that disclosure. So, to you, LaWanda, I know that we have talked off air, not in great detail, and I want to thank you for coming on the show, first of all, and having the courage to talk about domestic violence. Because, as mentioned, we all know someone who's experienced it or who's currently experiencing it. So, can you like walk us through the moment in your relationship where you felt that something is off? I'm I don't feel safe any longer. Do you remember when that was? Or was it a lead up?
Actually, I think I sort of opened the door. Um, I opened the door for domestic violence to come in unknowingly. Um,
Can you explain that a little bit more?
yeah,
How did you
yes.
open the door? Yeah.
Yes. So, when I met the father of my four sons, and I think we got into our first like argument or something, and I opened my mouth and I said, "Oh, well, I was always told that if you don't hit me, then you don't really love me." Not realizing that he already had a history of being violent with females.
Unbeknown to you.
Unbeknownst to me.
Okay.
Yes. When I first met him, we were in DC Service Corps. He was like a big brother type, protective over me type thing because I was going through some other things or coming out of some other things. So he was like very protective and this and that. And then once I opened my mouth and said that, came the floodgates.
So he thought that was a permission slip for him to
Yes.
be valid. So I got to ask this question. And like you mentioned, if you don't hit me, you don't love me. So let's talk about that. It's like where did that mindset come from? Is that something that you witnessed growing up from family members or women in your family? I'm just curious.
I did witness violence with some of the women in my family being abused by men, but that actual statement, I did not hear that in those situations. That is something that you heard out in the streets and as you're growing up and hanging out with your high school friends and stuff. That's just a statement that I heard, and I had never said that statement. So when I said it, and I had to pause, like, did I just say that out my mouth? Because I wish this man would hit me. Because I'm put these up and,
Yeah,
and hit
yeah.
him back. But yeah,
But the reality of it is, when we're younger, and sometimes, we live through things that we witness because that's, your childhood has a lot to do with your adulthood. And in that moment, you don't realize that this is not right, right? But this is all you know and this is all you see. So to you, that's your reality until you learn different. So I just wanted to like kind of point that out about the mindset and the
yes.
manipulation because it's, and I didn't ask you, your children's dad, was he older than you?
He's only a year older than me.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
he's only a year older than me, and there is a very big size difference. So when I first met him, I was 92 pounds, and he was 275 pounds.
Wow.
So yeah,
Yeah.
so very big difference, and so um, it was easy for him to just step into that mode again, because he, as I later found out, came from a family where violence happened. So that was ingrained in him. I saw it happen on my end, and I always say, this is not going to be me. I would never go through this. I would never do that. Yeah, be careful what you say never to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Because you will eat crow, and
Yes.
it doesn't taste good either. So I don't want to walk through all the details. I don't want to take you through all that. But were you quiet during the abuse? Did you share with anyone, or did you kind of suffer in silence?
I mostly suffered in silence. Like I did not share with my family. Although I know they knew something wasn't right, but no, I did not share it with my family. Now, some of my close friends, they knew because I felt more comfortable with them than I did with my family. My homies,
Okay.
my dudes, my homies, in the hood. So I felt a little bit more comfortable with them always. So I shared with them, and yeah.
Were there any intervention at any time? Like, I'm gonna call my people. We gonna round them up. We gonna handle this. Like, I'm just, you said,
No,
I'm
he
a Southeast
actually,
girl, so and I got brothers, so we would have like, hold up.
yeah,
Okay.
no doubt. So some of my cousins that did know, and of course my homies, because some of them they knew him, from this Northeast area, right? So there were people who wanted to, and I told them absolutely not. I have children by this man, and I don't want that blood on me. And I said, if anybody is going to do anything, take him out or whatever the case may be, it will be by my hands. I don't want nobody else going to jail for me. I don't want nobody doing, no, let me handle this the way that I choose to handle it. Was it easy for them to sit by? No. Some of them stopped talking to me because they couldn't deal with the fact that I was allowing this to happen. So.
Okay, so let me just say this because I don't want people in my comments, but I don't really care. But we don't condone violence, right? So when I say round up the people, but that's a real emotion in the hood. Like, if you cause harm to me, I'm going to get my people. But we're not suggesting violence. We want to talk about an exit strategy, a safe way to get out of harm's way. So how did you, before you even left, we're going to get to the leaving, the exiting later, but how did you maintain and how did you survive in the midst, during those years, with, raising your sons and trying to go about your day to day and keep a happy face? How did you survive? Do you remember, what was some of your coping?
So during that 12 and a half years, because it was 12 and a half years, of the abuse, and I chose different coping methods, from drinking to smoking weed to what else would I do? Close myself in, cut people off. I wouldn't talk to nobody. I would just like stay in the house, moving from job to job to keep people from picking up on what was going on, and just really just trying to deal with it on my own, in my own way, like processing that. I can't believe like I'm actually living this thing out right now. And now I have children involved, so.
So I hear a lot of isolation, and that's very common, for women to estrange themselves from their family, kind of close themselves off, stay busy, so people don't really know what's happening.
Yes.
Now, people love to say, why don't you just leave? Like, leaving is easier said than done. But did you craft a safe exit plan for you and your sons?
I did not. I did not have a plan. The day that I made up my mind to leave, it was on a whim. It was the last beating that I could take, and I was pregnant with my youngest son at the time. I was pregnant with him, and I was just like, yeah, no, not going to do this. Can't do this. After he beat me, he went to sleep, and I looked at him for a while, and there was some plotting going on in my head of what I could do to him because he was asleep. And then I said, no, but what is that going to get you? Where's that going to get you? I just gathered up my children, the three other sons. I got in my car, called my friends who lived, because at that time I was living in Southwest, down by Eastover on that side. Danbury Street.
I know exactly what that is. Yes.
Yeah, and I had friends that lived near Trenton Place in Southeast. So I called them and I said, "Hey, I need somebody to come outside. Like, I'll be there in 10 minutes," because I was a fast driver. So I sped everywhere I went. And I said, "I'll be there in 10 minutes." And they was like, "You just dropped us off." It was Halloween. And they said, "You just dropped us off. Why you coming back so soon?" I was like, "Please, I just need somebody to be outside when I pull up." And I pulled up. They were outside. They didn't even let me get the car in park. They looked at my face and started screaming. I had not seen what I looked like.
Oh no.
They just started screaming, reaching in the car, trying to, put it in park and all of that, and grabbed me out the car, grabbed the kids, rushed us in the house, and that was the exit.
So they received you and your boys.
Yes.
And you gathered all that you could that day.
Actually, I took nothing with me except for my children.
And that was it. And you never looked back.
Never looked back. Never looked back.
Okay. Wow. Wow. So let's talk about, because that was very courageous. Let me just say that. Leaving with 4 kids, a baby, and not having a plan, like, you were tired.
Yes.
You were tired. So, and I'm glad that you did that.
Thank you.
So let's talk. Are you okay? We need to take a pause. Are we good? Tell me.
No, we're good. I'm good. Yes.
So let's talk about the healing and the rebuilding. So let's fast forward. You got the 4 kids. Your friends took you in, and of course, healing doesn't happen overnight. Like, walk us through your healing. Like, did you seek any counseling? I know you probably had to start all over. What was that like? Was he contacting you? Did you have to get a protective order? Like, kind of fill in the gaps for us.
So healing did not begin right away. He did get locked up. He did get arrested and locked up. And I had moved back home with my mother, and with, my mother and my sons. I moved back in with her. And the healing, I did not go to counseling. I probably should have, but I did not go to counseling. I did, however, speak to my pastor several times, but I thought I was strong enough to heal on my own. So I just went down the road of trying to heal on my own, not realizing that the emotional abuse hurt far more than the physical abuse. So yes, the physical abuse has left some permanent things, within my body or whatever the case is. But it was the emotional abuse that was the hardest to get over. It was the things that he would say that stuck with me for years and years and years, to the point where, and I know this may trigger some people, and I do apologize up front if it does, but when they say hurt people hurt people, hurt people hurt people. And because I had not healed, and because that emotional trauma and that psychological trauma was buried deep, I then became a person where when I got into other relationships, the first moment that a man raised his voice at me, I would swing. Because it would trigger me. At that time, I didn't realize that that's what that was. But then over time, I was like, okay, no, I can't do this, because I know how it felt for me to go through that. Then why would I then turn around and do that to somebody else? No, we can't do this. And that's when I started seeking help. So it was years later when I first started seeking therapy.
So first of all, let me just say, you don't have to apologize for your truth, because that is true. Hurt people do hurt people. And that is really true. I could never understand it, but it's true. But I'm glad that you sought out and you were seeking the help that you need to get you to the good place that you are in now. And now you're healing other people through music and movement. Like, that's so dope. And you're doing, like, you never know people's story. That's why I always talk about kindness. Kindness is free 99, y'all. Let's be nice out in these streets, please. Like, you don't have to
Yes.
like me. You don't have to listen to me. Like, I don't really care. But you see me, let's be kind. Just a kind exchange and
Yes.
keep it moving. So I want to talk about LaWanda now, like your healing and rebuilding. Like, did you have any like practices, like any rituals that you did as you healed, like light a candle, throw on a favorite playlist? I don't know. Like, did you have some rituals? And tell us about those rituals.
So definitely my candles and my music were very therapeutic for me. I've always liked music and I've always liked dancing. My mom would tell people that, yeah, she went from crawling to dancing and then walking. So
Love
so
it.
it's just always been in me. The love of music and the movement has just always been in me. So again, music, lighting my candles, getting to know myself all over again, beginning to love myself again, not as a survivor of domestic violence, but as an overcomer. I'm
Yes.
victorious. I don't call myself a survivor because that keeps you in a victim mode. No, I'm an overcomer. I'm
I like
victorious
that.
and I'm living my life the way that God has purposed me to live my life. So just wrapping myself around my sons, getting into I'm a book reader. I love books. So reading my books, like I'm more of a book reader than I am a TV watcher. So give me a good
Me
book.
too.
And yeah, spending time in church with my sons. And that's how we got through.
I love it, and it sounds like you're in such a healthy place right now. And I just want to thank you for like even openly talking about this. It's not easy, but just know that you're helping somebody. Somebody listening right now to the sound of your voice. You have inspired. You have sparked them to take a movement to their freedom of living their best life, you know, without fear, without, you know, being in an abusive situation. So I want to ask you, like right now, like if you had to describe where LaWanda is right now, the space that you're in right now.
If I had to describe where I am right now, I am in the most joyous, peaceful place in life, a place that I never thought that I would be. 52 years old, grandmother of two,
Look at you
one
looking
grand.
all beautiful.
Yeah, to
Or
God be all the
youthful.
glory. Come through. Thank you, Jesus, because we don't look like what we've been through, right?
Yes.
Um,
And you're a testament of that.
Yes, and so and one grandbaby on the way. So I'm just at a place where I'm just at peace with who I am. I'm at peace with who I am. I'm at peace with I'm just at peace with life. And I'm at peace with with the father of my sons. Him and I are in a very peaceful place. A few years ago, I called him after a daytime New Year's Eve service, and I just told him, "Hey, I forgive you. I forgive you because forgiveness is for me." And I just told him, "I forgive you," because I didn't want to hold on to it any longer. I didn't want to walk around miserable. I never talked bad about him to our sons. I never did any of that. And I just said, "Well, time will tell. And what they need to know, they will know." And also encourage them to have a relationship with him to the point where he even comes.
Nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. So is he in a better space? Um,
And so, yeah, I think he's at a peaceful place now. He has a good relationship with his sons. He calls, checks on us, see if we need anything. And
Okay.
we are, and I know not every person who has gone through domestic violence, whether man or female, because we do have men
Yes.
who experience domestic violence, and people don't like to talk about that.
That's real
But there are
stuff.
men
Yeah.
who are being abused as well. And yeah, everything is just in a happy place right now. And I just thank God, because when I was younger, I did not see myself at 52. So to be here now, all I can say every day is to God be all the glory that I'm here. And when I get on stage, that's why I give what I give, because I know that when I was younger, I did not see myself here at 52. So I'm just grateful to God to be here.
Well, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad you're in a good space, and I'm glad that he's in a good space. And Peace Street, Peace Boulevard, Peace University is a beautiful place, y'all. Get on Peace Street. Yes. All welcome to Peace Street. Yes.
Yes.
So let's listen. On a lighter note, let's talk music. Now I know you on the stage. You guys work all the time. Now listen. I want to ask LaWanda, like when you're not on stage performing with EU, who's in your playlist? Like who are you listening to? Who are some of your favorite artists?
Woo! Oh, that's a good one. So, some of my favorite artists. Okay, so we got Scarface in there.
Okay.
We got the Scarface. We got Devin the Dude.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes, we have them. We have the OJs. We have the
Okay.
Isley Brothers. We have the Staple Singers.
Oh, I take you there.
So,
Okay, so you got a good mix. Yes.
yes, I have a, yes. I have my gospel music in there. Got to have the worship music to get you through those days when you don't have nothing else. So I have my worship music in there in my playlist, and I have some country music. Ooh, I love myself some country music.
So you're checking out. You know who I'm digging? I like country music too. I like the storytelling, but I like our little remix. That's our music anyway. But I like what's the girl name? K Michelle and some other folks had kind of moved over to the country genre, and I'm loving it, y'all. I'm loving it. Keep doing it. Keep yelling and telling those stories. So, LaWanda, again, I want to thank you for hanging out, and I want to give you an opportunity to if you just want to say something to any of the ladies who are overcomers, right? Victorious. Or they still sitting in it. Like, I just want you to talk to them. Just say whatever you want to say, whatever's on your heart.
Know that you're not alone. God loves you, even in the midst, and you can't feel him, you can't see him, you can't trace him. God loves you. He is for you. Don't let anyone tell you that you deserve what you are going through. There is help. Ask for the help. Don't be afraid to reach out and ask for the help. I am here. God has allowed me to be able to talk some young ladies into coming out of domestic violence. So God has allowed me to go back and reach back and pull others out. So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Share your story. Somebody needs to hear your story. It can save somebody's life. Don't let anyone steal your voice from you, because that's what the enemy tries to do. He tried to steal my voice, but God released my voice so that I can come back and help others. There is help out there. And if you need resources, reach out to Smiley J, and she can get in contact with me, and I will get you connected to people who can help you. Do not stay in it. I don't care how many children you have. Do not stay in an abusive relationship, because in the end of the day, it's going to hurt them more to see you going through what you're going through. And children don't know how to process it. So we don't want to put them through that. Get out as soon as you can. God loves you. There is life on the other side. I'm a living witness.
Thank you so much. That is so heartfelt and so honest and sincere. And again, I just want to thank you for taking the time out of your busy schedule, because we've been talking about this for months, but this one right here is always on somebody's stage and somebody's state, boat, cruise somewhere. So yes, thank you again for hanging out. And I just want to say to you guys, thank you for hanging out with me to the very end. This is a serious, sensitive topic, but we need to talk about it, not just in October, but whenever we feel like talking about it. And I want to give out the National Domestic Violence Hotline to anybody out there if you need it. Don't be ashamed to use it if you need it. 1-800-799-7233. That's the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Just know that we love you, we're praying for you, and you are not alone. Peace and love, and remember to listen to good music. Your ears will thank you for it. I'm Smiley J, and I'm out.
Yes, love you.
Love you too.